Young and the Restless. Spoilers. Friday's full, the 29th of May, 2026. Welcome back to our channel, my fellow soap addicts. Today is Thursday, a beautiful day to dive deep into the absolute chaos that is Genoa City. Grab your biggest cup of coffee, maybe a stress ball, and let's unpack everything together. I cannot believe they went there with Nick again. I mean, I am literally shaking, pacing around my living room, typing this up late at night because I am so unbelievably frustrated and stressed out by what we just witnessed. Are you kidding me? Reacting first, seeing Nick collapsed on the floor of the old Newman office, completely out cold, while Matt Clark is just standing there gloating about an overdose. I am sick to my stomach. I am so incredibly angry with how they are torturing Nick Newman right now. Like, hasn't the guy suffered enough over the past few decades? We literally just went through the horrific car crash at the cliff, the terrifying brain damage scare, the Vegas hostage situation, and now this. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me take a breath. Okay, back to the point. We need to talk about Thursday's episode, specifically May 28th, because my jaw is permanently on the floor and my blood pressure is dangerously high. Let's start with the patriarch himself, Victor. The spoilers are screaming that Victor is going to make a shocking decision after this latest overdose. And honestly, it is about time. Because let's be real for a second, Victor has been playing these weird peripheral games lately that just don't make sense when his family is in crisis. He's been dealing with Phyllis and her ridiculous AI evidence trap. He's been dealing with the Patty Williams extortion for $2 million. But now his son is literally dying on the floor of the old Newman office. If Victor doesn't drop every single corporate scheme, every single petty rivalry, and completely obliterate Matt Clark, I am going to scream at my television. I've been watching since 2015, and this is honestly the darkest, most twisted thing they've done to the Newman family in years. I mean, think about it. Victor loves his company, sure. Newman Enterprises is his baby, his legacy, his entire identity. But Nick is his actual flesh and blood. I know some people are loving this dark, gritty addiction storyline because it gives Joshua Morrow amazing material, but personally, I am terrified. I think Victor is going to completely abandon the company for a minute, or maybe he's going to put a massive, lethal hit on Matt Clark. Actually, I kind of hope he does. No, wait. That would just cause more legal drama, and Christine would be all over it. But honestly, who cares? Matt deserves it. And speaking of Matt, can we just pause and talk about how psychotic this villain is? He literally set Nick up with poisoned drugs before, using Sienna Bacall as the dealer. Sienna, that girl is an absolute fanatic, and the fact that she's supplying Nick with fentanyl and cocaine just makes my blood boil. Matt is standing over Nick's body, proudly announcing that Nick overdosed. It's sick. It's a twisted, sick game of cat and mouse, and Matt is enjoying every single second of it. I just want to jump through the screen and strangle him myself. Remember when they tried this kind of psychological torture with other villains? Yeah. It didn't work then either, but Matt is on a whole different level of depravity. So then we have Victoria. My girl, Victoria, is in absolute panic mode, and rightly so. The spoilers say she is sending out a desperate SOS. But who is she calling Jack Abbott? Yes, you heard me right. Victoria is reaching out to her former stepdad, Jack, for help. And I am honestly so here for it, even though it is going to cause a massive earthquake in Genoa City. Because remember when Jack offered to be Nick's sponsor? Jack knows addiction. Jack has been to the absolute bottom of the barrel with pills. He's lost everything. And he knows exactly how the demon of addiction rewires your brain. Victoria knows that Victor's approach, yelling, demanding, threatening, trying to control the situation with money and power, isn't going to cure Nick's addiction. Victor just makes people defensive. But Jack has empathy. Jack can actually reach Nick on a human level. But wait, is it really a good idea to bring Jack into this right now? I mean, Jack's life is a total dumpster fire at the moment. He's dealing with Diane wanting a divorce because she caught him in bed with Patty on a boat and then caught him again with Nikki. And on top of that, Jack is recklessly manipulating Patty Williams to get back at Victor. So bringing Jack into the Newman family crisis while Victor and Jack are secretly at war, that is a recipe for an absolute explosion. But Victoria is desperate. When your brother is dying on the floor, you don't care about corporate rivalries or who slept with who. You just want to save his life. And can we talk about how ironic this whole Jack situation is? Jack is currently trying to use Patty Williams, a woman who is completely unhinged and obsessed with him, to take down Victor. Patty is running around Genoa City, extorting Victor for $2 million to give up Matt's location, and Jack thinks he can control her. Newsflash, Jack, you can't. Patty is a wild card. Remember when she poisoned Summer? Yeah, she doesn't care about collateral damage. So Victoria, reaching out to Jack while Jack is inadvertently fueling the flames of the Newman family crisis through Patty, is going to backfire spectacularly. I can already see Victor finding out that Jack is involved with Victoria's intervention and absolutely losing his mind. And then, oh God, then there's Nikki. I am so heartbroken for Nikki, I can barely stand it. The spoilers say Nikki is living a literal nightmare. And how could she not be? We saw her screaming in the hospital waiting room when Nick crashed his car into that cliff. The pure agony in her voice when the doctor said he might have permanent brain damage. Give Melody Thomas Scott all the Emmys right now. All of them. I was bawling my eyes out during that scene. But this is deeper than just a mother's fear. Nikki is blaming herself. She is carrying the crushing guilt of Nick's addiction because of her own history with alcoholism. She literally feels like she passed this curse down to her golden boy. It is so tragic. I mean, going through addiction yourself is one level of hell, but watching your child go through it, knowing the exact pain and desperation they are feeling, and feeling like you are the reason they are broken, that is a nightmare you can't wake up from. I'm sorry, but I just can't handle seeing Nicky cry anymore. He's been through too much. And Nick is usually the strong one. He's the moral compass of the family, the one who tries to do the right thing while Adam and Victor are scheming. Seeing him reduced to this shaking, desperate addict who is scoring fentanyl from Sienna Bacall and collapsing in his old office, it's just too much. Am I the only one who feels physically stressed watching this? Like, I need a deep tissue massage after every single episode just to unclench my jaw. It also makes me think about Sharon. Where's Sharon in all this? She was chained up in that abandoned gas station with Noah, fighting for her life because of Matt's sick games, and she watched Nick collapse from those poison drugs. If she finds out that Nick has overdosed again, in his old office after they just barely survived Vegas. She is going to break. Sharon and Nick have that soulmate connection, that deep, unbreakable bond. Even when they aren't together, they are a piece of each other. I desperately need a scene where Sharon confronts Matt Clark. I want her to slap him so hard his fake amnesia becomes real. Let's talk about the Adam factor here, too. Adam was just in Vegas trying to save Nick, getting locked in a storage room by Matt, watching his brother struggle. Adam has got to be feeling immense guilt right now. If Nick dies, which, let's be real, he won't, he's a legacy character, but if he is permanently damaged, Adam will never forgive himself. And Victor will probably blame Adam too, because that's what Victor does. He deflects his own failures onto Adam. I am dreading the inevitable Victor and Adam screaming match in the hospital corridors. So what is actually going to happen? Is Nick going to pull through? Obviously, yes. But the damage, the emotional and physical toll, that is going to last for years. I predict Nick is going to end up in a long-term rehab facility, maybe off-screen for a bit, while the Newmans wage a absolute bloodbath of a war against Matt Clark and Sienna Bacall. And Victor's shocking decision, I'm calling it right now. He's going to pay Patty Williams that $2 million for Matt's location, and he's going to handle Matt himself. No cops. No Christine Blair. Just Victor Newman. A dark alley and a whole lot of revenge. Victor has always been a protector, but he's also a dictator. His shocking decision might not just be about Matt. What if his shocking decision is about Nick? What if Victor decides to legally commit Nick against his will? We've seen Victor do incredibly drastic things to protect his family, even when it completely alienates them. He could strip Nick of all his rights, lock him in a private facility, and throw away the key until Nick is clean. Victoria would probably support it, but Nicky would be horrified. The family dynamics are going to be shattered into a million pieces. Let's just hope Jack can get to Nicky and Victoria in time to provide some actual emotional support, because Victor is about to go full Terminator. I know some fans are tired of the Newman versus everyone trope, but when it's done right, with this much emotional stakes, it is soap opera gold. I just need Nick to wake up. Please, writers, let him wake up and realize what Matt has done to him. We cannot lose Nick Newman to this monster. Let me know in the comments if you guys are as stressed as I am, because I seriously need a support group for this storyline.